And so, as talking with my internal superiors and board, and talking to them about being able to provide some of the capabilities, because security is, of course, paramount when you think about AI. And our platform actually was built to support secure collaboration with both nation states that you know and nation states you don't know. We came out of the Department of Defense as a project called Project Maven, and it was in an effort to really create a collaborative environment where you could access it with any device. You could actually start working with the particular individuals, share data within the environment or within the enclave, and know that it stays within the enclave. Well, you were able to still maneuver or do things on your own devices that are in play. And so I felt this was a great example of where some of our development capabilities and our pieces could actually deliver on the ability for KwaaiNet to start delivering that type of remote collaboration and that capability around that sense. So I went ahead and built out a KwaaiNet environment. Hopefully I'm sharing the right screen. Yes. We call it the KwaaiNet Development Campus, and where the environment is a KASM-based workspace environment. Based on the working groups that we're looking at supporting in this environment, there's currently roughly just the KwaaiNet group that we're currently at, but it can support anywhere between 6 to 7 people simultaneously, as hour per hour. So what we did is we put an hour limit on the actual environment itself. So as you start utilizing it, it will time out within the hour, but it does hold persistence for you. So if you were to need to get back in and do something else, you could then do something else as long as nobody else was waiting on the environment from that particular perspective. It does have the ability to scale. And that was the other thing that we wanted to make sure was possible, is that as you started increasing the number of users, increasing the number of interns and support staff, the ability for it to scale was really important. So it has that piece built directly into it. I also added the continue with Google for the login. So you actually just simply, everybody, as we stated, even Rez's dog almost has a Gmail account. As long as you got a Gmail account, you're able to really get in and get access to it. But we do control the groups, i.e. as you log in, you may get a base set of tiles that are available to you, the ones that we actually leverage. But as you start looking at getting into different working groups, you're part of that group, additional tiles or additional things become unlocked for you, and that you may have the ability to start accessing. So I'm just going to kind of walk through this first part here, and of course choose my adventure. And what you'll do is you'll get in, you'll be presented with a set of tiles. And these set of tiles are the ones that we technically leverage inside the KwaaiNet capability, as far as us talking and moving. As you'll notice, Slack's available. And again, this is the same Slack that you have external and as internal, except here you can use it on any device anywhere. So you could use it on your phone, you can use it at home, you can use it basically anywhere that you want, because it doesn't have to install Slack to get it set up. And it has my persistence of my Slack that's already available to me, as you can see. Now, the more that we start looking at building private groups, like this high table as an example, where we want to keep data inside of the actual Slack environment versus being able to be dropped on someone's desktop or such, we have these controls that are part of the control systems of the actual environment itself. So what happens is that we have the rights to do uploads, downloads, pull out, sharing things of that nature. You can do clipboard copy and paste directly in from this DLP panel. As you start getting into additional groups, or you start getting special workspaces that you're using with your group, those particular rights may be taken away. So you may not be able to download code out of the environment because you're working in that environment specifically, or you may not be able to copy in some GitHub code that we don't know about. Instead, everything has to be written internally in that particular working group. Again, it really helps a lot when you think about the supply chain conversation of where we're getting the code and how we're able to easily vet code as we start moving forward from there. And as you want to start looking at using it on your phone or using it in a specific spot, you can actually hit this install PWA and it will install an icon on your desktop. So it will just simply be the Slack icon. You'll double click it and it will just simply let you in. This works again on any device, anywhere. To properly log out of these things, because of the way this is built, these are using ephemeral containers. So these containers don't exist until you actually create this session. Now I'm in this session, I'm using the session the way that I'm using it, but when I'm done, to get resources back so that we can do the good simultaneous movements and so forth, it destroys that whole container. So there's nothing left of it. The resources are given back to the system. Someone else can come in and start using it from one set or the other. But overall, your set, your persistence is still there, but the ability for that ephemeral container to be, not have ransomware in it, not have any of the bad things that you would worry about being in it, are all taken off from that particular perspective.